confirmation from our very own Foreign Secretary Robin Cook, who's in the Far East at the moment, that Diana, Princess of Wales, has in fact been killed in that car accident in Paris.
On August 31st, 1997, the world was stunned by the tragic death of Princess Diana in a car crash in Paris. But for years, questions have lingered. Was it really just an accident, or was there something more? What if Diana herself had predicted her own death? What if she had left behind a chilling warning about the events that led to that fatal night? This brings us to the hidden letter, a shocking revelation that surfaced years later and sent waves through the world. Written by Diana herself in October 1996, the letter contained details so specific that it's impossible to ignore. She claimed there were plans for a staged car accident that would result in her death from a serious head injury. Imagine writing those very words only months before it happened. Was this letter a desperate plea for help, a sign of paranoia, or something far more sinister? In this video, we'll dive deep into the events leading up to the crash and examine what Diana's letter revealed about her fears, her relationships, and the pressures she faced as a member of the royal family. Was she silenced because she knew too much? Did her growing independence threaten the establishment? And why does her letter still raise doubts, even decades later? Stay with us until the end as we explore Diana's hidden letter, the investigations that followed, and the conspiracy theories that refused to die. This is a story of love, power, and a woman who believed her life was in danger. Princess Diana's truth might have been buried with her, but today we uncover the secrets she left behind. Princess Diana's tragic end still raises questions. The death of Princess Diana on August 31st, 1997, remains one of the most shocking and tragic moments in modern history. The fatal crash in Paris's Pont de l'Alma tunnel ended the life of a woman beloved around the world. As news broke, people everywhere mourned, but even in those first hours, questions began to emerge. Was the crash simply a tragic accident, or was there more to the story? Years later, the world was stunned when a hidden letter written by Diana herself came to light. This letter, given to her former butler Paul Burrell, detailed her chilling fears of an orchestrated car accident. Diana's words were haunting, raising the possibility that she had predicted her own death. Suddenly, the tragedy was no longer just a headline. It became a mystery that continues to grip the public's imagination. What exactly did Princess Diana's letter reveal? Why did she feel her life was in danger? And how does this letter connect to her final days? In this video, we'll explore Diana's life after her divorce, the events leading to the crash, and the hidden letter that cast a shadow of suspicion over her death. We'll dive into official investigations, conspiracy theories, and the lasting questions that remain unanswered. From Diana's fears to the chaotic media frenzy of that fateful night, this is a story of heartbreak, intrigue, and a woman who felt trapped between her royal life and her desire for freedom. Stick with us as we uncover what Princess Diana's hidden letter reveals and why her death still raises questions decades later. Diana's life post-divorce, a period of vulnerability. After finalizing her divorce from Prince Charles in 1996, Princess Diana entered a new chapter of her life, one that was filled with freedom, but also incredible vulnerability. Diana had stepped away from her royal duties and titles, but the scrutiny surrounding her was greater than ever. The media followed her every move, capturing her highs, lows, and every moment in between. This period, described by close friends as the most dangerous phase of her life, was filled with both excitement and fear. The strain of her severed ties with the royal family added to Diana's isolation. While she remained deeply devoted to her sons, William and Harry, her personal relationships were under constant public pressure. Her romance with Dodi Al Fayed, the son of Egyptian billionaire Mohammed Al Fayed, became the media's latest obsession. Paparazzi were relentless, with photographers swarming her at every turn. The constant attention made Diana feel like she had no escape. The shocking revelation: Diana's hidden letter. In October 1996, just months after her divorce, Princess Diana handed a sealed letter to her trusted former butler, Paul Burrell. The letter was shocking and deeply unsettling, as Diana described her fear of a planned accident that would claim her life. Specifically, she wrote about concerns that her car brakes would be tampered with, leading to a crash that would cause a serious head injury. Even more chilling, Diana claimed the motivation for this would be to clear the path for Charles to remarry. Paul Burrell later revealed that Diana gave him the letter as a form of insurance. She wanted it kept safe, as though she had anticipated the need for or her words to one day speak for her. She handed it to me and said, "Keep this, you never know," Burrell recounted. For him, the letter became a haunting artifact of a princess who knew her life was in danger. At the time of writing, Diana's fears might have seemed extreme, but in the years following her death, the letter took on new significance. Was Diana trying to warn the world? Did she foresee the tragedy that would occur less than a year later? While skeptics doubted its authenticity, the letter reignited conspiracy theories and pushed many to question whether Diana's death was truly an accident. The circumstances of the crash. What really happened in Paris? On the night of August 31st, 1997, Diana and her companion, Dodi Al-Fayed, were in Paris, staying at the Ritz Hotel. As they tried to leave for Dodi's apartment, the couple's Mercedes was swarmed by paparazzi eager to get photographs. Henri Paul, the hotel's deputy head of security, was driving the car as it sped away, trying to escape the relentless pursuit of photographers. At approximately 12:23 a.m., the Mercedes entered the Pont de l'Alma tunnel at high speed. In a matter of moments, the car crashed into a concrete pillar. The impact was devastating. Dodi Al-Fayed and Henri Paul were killed instantly, while Diana was critically injured. Despite the efforts of paramedics, Diana succumbed to her injuries hours later in the hospital. Bodyguard Trevor Rees-Jones, the only survivor, was left with severe injuries. The French inquiry, the official verdict. Following the crash, French authorities launched a thorough investigation into the circumstances surrounding Diana's death. In 1999, the inquiry reached its conclusion, placing the blame primarily on the driver, Henri Paul. Investigators revealed that Paul had been under the influence of alcohol and prescription drugs at the time of the crash. Combined with excessive speed and the conditions in the tunnel, these factors created a perfect storm for disaster. The report ruled the incident as a tragic accident caused by gross negligence. It also criticized the paparazzi, who had contributed to the chaotic pursuit leading up to the crash. However, the official findings did little to calm public suspicion. For many, the simple explanation of driver error didn't sit right, especially given Diana's earlier fears of a planned accident. The 2003 revelation, Paul Burrell's book. In 2003, Diana's former butler, Paul Burrell, released his memoir, A Royal Duty. Within its pages, Burrell revealed the existence of Diana's letter predicting her own death. For the first time, the world saw her chilling words, and the book reignited global interest in the mystery surrounding Diana's fatal crash. The public reaction was explosive. Many were shocked that such a letter existed, while others viewed it as fuel for conspiracy theories. Initially, Burrell chose to redact certain names, but as speculation grew, Prince Charles's name emerged as the alleged subject of Diana's fears. The revelation shook the royal family, drawing scrutiny toward Charles despite his silence. Burrell defended his decision to publish the letter, saying he wanted to protect Diana's truth. "I owed it to her to share what she feared," he explained. However, critics accused him of capitalizing on Diana's memory. Whether Burrell's intentions were noble or self-serving, his book ensured that Diana's letter and the questions it raised would never be forgotten. Diana's claims about Tiggy Legabork, a surprising accusation. One of the more unexpected revelations tied to Diana's letter was her claim about Tiggy Legabork, a former nanny to Prince William and Prince Harry. Diana believed that Charles intended to marry Tiggy after their divorce. She even described Camilla Parker Bowles, Charles's longtime companion, as a decoy in the bigger picture. At the time, this seemed far-fetched to many, but it spoke volumes about Diana's emotional state. Diana's accusation about Tiggy was fueled by deep mistrust and personal betrayal. Her fears reflected her perception of how the royal family operated behind closed doors. This mistrust didn't just stop with her ex-husband. Diana reportedly confided in friends that she believed certain people within the establishment were working against her. "They want me out of the way," she once said to close confidants, hinting at what she thought was a larger plot. The question of authenticity. Was the letter real? When Paul Burrell revealed Diana's letter, many supporters believed it to be genuine, but skeptics immediately raised questions. Close friends of Diana, including her confidant Lucia Flecha de Lima, publicly cast doubt on the letter's authenticity. Some suggested that Burrell could have mimicked Diana's handwriting or exaggerated its content for personal gain. Burrell firmly denied any forgery. He insisted that the letter was real and that Diana had written it herself. Handwriting experts were brought in to analyze the letter with mixed results. While some confirmed that the handwriting matched Diana's style, others remained skeptical, arguing that the lack of corroborating evidence weakened its credibility. Prince Charles's involvement, conspiracy, or misunderstanding. The most shocking element of Diana's letter was the implication that Prince Charles was somehow involved in a plot to harm her. Diana's words fueled conspiracy theories that Charles wanted her out of the way so he could marry someone else. For those who already distrusted the royal family, this accusation felt like confirmation of a hidden agenda. Charles, however, remained silent on the matter during the initial controversy. Those close to him, including friends and royal aides, strongly denied the accusations, calling them baseless and unfounded. The future king would never harm the mother of his children, one insider said. Others pointed out that Diana had been under tremendous stress, and her fears may have been a reflection of paranoia rather than reality. While Charles's silence was meant to avoid further fueling speculation, it also left room for doubt. For conspiracy theorists, his refusal to directly address Diana's claims only deepened their suspicions. Even after decades, this part of the story remains one of the most controversial and heavily debated aspects of Diana's legacy. The 2007 inquest, revisiting the evidence. By 2007, public pressure and ongoing conspiracy theories led to a new inquest into Princess Diana's death. The investigation aimed to answer lingering questions, particularly in light of the hidden letter and other allegations. The inquest revisited key evidence, including the role of the paparazzi, Henri Paul's condition, and Diana's state of mind leading up to the crash. Paul Burrell was among those who testified, sharing his account of the letter and Diana's fears. Friends and experts also spoke about her growing paranoia in the final months of her life, which some argued influenced her perception of danger. However, the inquest ultimately concluded that Diana's death was the result of unlawful killing, caused by gross negligence on the part of Henri Paul and the paparazzi. While the ruling seemed definitive, it didn't end the debate. For many, the inquest failed to address Diana's letter and the implications it raised. Questions about foul play and cover-ups persisted, leaving a cloud of uncertainty over the official findings. The paparazzi's role, chasing Diana to death. One undeniable factor in Diana's tragic death was the role of the paparazzi. On the night of the crash, photographers relentlessly pursued Diana and Dodi Al-Fayed's car through the streets of Paris. Witnesses described the chaos as motorcycles swarmed the vehicle, desperate for a photo of the world's most famous woman. The public outrage toward the paparazzi was immediate and fierce. Many blamed their actions for creating the dangerous conditions that led to the crash. While the French investigation did not hold the photographers directly responsible for the accident, their presence added pressure and panic to an already volatile situation. Alternative theories, a world of conspiracies. Despite the official findings, conspiracy theories about Diana's death have persisted for decades. Some believe her death was not an accident, but a calculated plan orchestrated by powerful forces. One of the most vocal proponents of this theory was Mohammed Al-Fayed, Dodi's father, who claimed Diana and Dodi were targeted because of their relationship. Other theories suggest mysterious figures were involved in the crash, or that evidence was suppressed during investigations. Questions about the timeline of events, the role of security services, and Diana's letter only added fuel to the fire. For those who doubted the official verdict, the lack of clear answers left room for speculation. While many of these theories have been debunked or lack credible evidence, their existence reflects the public's deep unease with Diana's untimely death. For some, the circumstances remain too suspicious to dismiss as a simple accident. Diana's fear for her life, the dark side of royal life. Long before the crash, Diana openly expressed her fears about being in danger. She often felt isolated, paranoid, and watched. "They're always watching me," she told close friends, referencing both the media and those within the establishment. The hidden letter was just one example of Diana's growing distrust of those around her. Many point to her strained relationship with the royal family as the root of her fears. Diana's divorce, combined with her outspokenness about her struggles, made her feel like an outsider. Her increasing independence, particularly her work with controversial charities and her relationship with Dodi, further amplified these tensions. Legacy of the hidden letter. Impact on Diana's story. The hidden letter has become an inseparable part of Princess Diana's legacy. It continues to fuel debate about the true circumstances of her death and has shaped how the world remembers her. For many, the letter symbolizes Diana's courage to speak her truth, even in the face of fear. The letter also influenced public perception of the royal family. While some dismissed its contents, others saw it as evidence of the pressure and isolation Diana endured. The controversy surrounding the letter ensured that questions about her death would never fully fade, keeping her story alive for future generations. What the letter reveals and what remains unanswered. Princess Diana's hidden letter remains one of the most haunting pieces of her story. Was it a chilling prediction of her tragic death, or a reflection of the immense pressure she felt? The official ruling points to an accident, but for many, the questions raised by the letter have never been fully answered. Diana's life and death captivated the world, and her legacy as the people's princess endures. Her courage to speak out, her compassion, and her struggles behind the scenes continue to inspire millions. While we may never know the full truth about what happened that night in Paris, one thing is clear: Diana's story is far from forgotten. As we reflect on the hidden letter, the controversies, and the investigations, we are reminded of the importance of questioning, seeking truth, and honoring the memory of a woman who touched the hearts of so many. Princess Diana's life and tragic death remain one of the most compelling mysteries of our time. From her struggles with the pressures of royal life to her fears outlined in that hidden letter, it's clear that Diana's final years were full of questions, heartbreak, and warnings that the world may have ignored. The hidden letter, whether a chilling prophecy or a desperate cry for help, sheds light on the immense pressure Diana felt and her growing fears of those around her. Was it paranoia, or did she truly see something coming that others couldn't? While official investigations point to an accident, many people believe the full truth remains hidden. Diana was more than a princess. She was a voice for the voiceless, a symbol of compassion, and a woman who fought to be heard in a world that often tried to silence her. Her courage and legacy live on, reminding us to question what we're told and seek the truth. Thank you for joining us as we explored this deeply emotional and complex story. What do you think about Diana's letter? Was it a warning or just coincidence? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video and want more stories like this, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. We'll be back soon with more stories that uncover the secrets behind some of history's most captivating events. Until next time, thank you for watching and take care.